Hi, this is the market outlook for the week starting Monday 27th, end of May, and we've had a trading range last week with a slow down drift erosion bumping on 2800, and it's a matter now of actually finding direction. The market has been a little hesitant, but it seems that even though we have a weak buy signal here, it seems that the market is ready to test 2800 and maybe finally go for a lower support. That said, 2800 is still pretty strong. So let's first have a look at the short-term trend. Here we have maybe a clearer picture. I am not saying that when the market is actually hesitant on a given time frame that one should go for a lower time frame. Actually, it is advisable to look at a longer time frame to find clues for direction, which means that we would then look for weekly, but weekly is a bit too slow for the way we trade. So now let's look at the 1 hour chart. Here we clearly see that 2800 has been, or let's say the 2800 to 2810, 2815 has been a strong support area. We have those blue lines that determines the support, and we have a pivot line here, the yellow line, which shows that in this given range all the way to all-time highs, actually we have the bottom half, which is the current trading range, which I mentioned last week, 28, 2810 to maybe 2890, 2900 is the trading range we've been hovering into for the last maybe 2 weeks, or actually since more or less beginning of the month. If we look at mean reversion, if we look at Bollinger Bands, we sometimes try and find where the market could bounce off. But here as well, we have some form of a down drift, which could be drawn somewhere like this, which means that we could have a pennant here as well. And this pennant pattern generally leads to a breakout on the downside. So this remains to be seen. This could happen maybe within a day or two. So I would assume that 2800 or this support area will be tested again soon. Right, so let's now have a look at the Russell. The Russell, as I've said over the last few weeks, has been in a very strange situation where it was actually hovering above the strong resistance. This is very rare and very unusual. Assuming a high correlation, not very high, but high correlation with other indices, this level should also be broken. But at this time, we will assume that exactly like 2800 on SPX, this resistance actually used as a support will hold for a while. So we may have a continuation of this trading range. We also have, if we look at the 1 hour chart, we have a similar pattern here. So a decision point should take place within a day or two. And if 1500 breaks, it will be like 2800 on SPX. It may indicate the market will then drop significantly. We could, of course, go back to a fib pattern to try and figure out where the next support level is, and it would be probably around 1450 or the low 1400s. So again, it doesn't mean that we won't see a continuation of the range with actually a very strong bounce breaking up this apparent downward channel. This is quite possible. All we can say at this point is that exactly like other indices, there's a decision point coming probably within the next few days. If we look for possible news to trigger this, there's not much happening until late this week. GDP, jobless claims, the market could actually remain more or less directionless for the next few days.